Greetings. This is a brief tutorial on utilizing Packet Tracer user profiles. We're all learning things new and dealing with the issues we have with students working from home these days and not being in our classrooms and wondering, did they do the work, did they not? So how do I know that students are not sharing their Packet Tracer activities with other students? Well, that's a good question. When students open a Packet Tracer activity, a PKA file, they are prompted to enter their user profile. Now, this is something that we typically bypass. Just click the close box or click cancel and go on, and really don't think anything else about it. However, we really need to start requiring that students complete this information, whether they're in the classroom or if they're at home doing this remotely. If you require them to complete this information, Packet Tracer will tag the file with the user information. So here you see I have filled in the user profile with my name and my email address. When I save this file, that is going to be saved as part of that file that I can verify who created or who completed this particular activity. After the student completes the information, they will be informed that any changes to the profile will reset the activity. So that's going to take them back to the beginning. If I try to come in here and change this to John or whoever, somebody else that I passed it to, everything I did gets reset and they're starting all over. If the student tries to leave the user profile blank or at guest, after they complete their work, they will not be able to change that profile. Guest becomes the profile for that activity then. So I can't complete it as guest, send it to John and say, here, I didn't fill in the profile. We can both use this, because when either one of us goes to change that profile, it's going to kick us back out to the beginning. So now how do I go about checking that as the instructor of the class and verifying that the student did the work? In the Packet Tracer activity, when I go to grade it, I simply click on options and there I'll find user profile. When you click on that, it will bring up that user profile window that was tagged for that particular activity. So I can see that I did this activity. I can verify that this was mine in there. So it's kind of like putting your name on your paper in there, but it becomes an actual part of the file. While it's not 100% foolproof, it does take care of a large portion of your students. They can still find out a way to work around things always, but we're not going to make it as easy for them. They can still send it to each other, copy and paste, put their configurations in. But again, we have made it more difficult for them. And I think we'll slow down a lot of that copying from one student to the other. Hope you find this helpful and hang in there. We're all going to get through this.